Hey guys, what's up? Zax here. Today we are here in Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. We're starting in 6th position and hopefully we can make up some ground on this first lap. Lights out and away we go. Hopefully we're going to have a good start. Putting it into rich fuel mixture straight away, and hopefully we can get alongside Massa. We're using a bit of KERS, not all of it though, only about 3/4 of the KERS bar left. Normally we'd drain that all the way. Massa making a bit of contact back there with Rosberg, then I made a bit of contact. Now we're going to slot it up the inside of Rosberg and Webber, and we got our position up to P4. Now we're going to go around the outside of Nico Rosberg, up into P3, and now Lewis Hamilton. Can we get past him? We'll duck to the outside lane here, and we just get past him. He tries to squeeze onto the grass. We get a little bit of grass on our tyres, but it doesn't really matter too much. Now, Sebastian Vettel, can we catch up to him? I think we're 7,000th behind the next car going through that checkpoint. I think that must have been Hamilton. So that was really close racing going through there, but Vettel has got a lead now. I would say about 0.8 of a second. It might be even up to a second now as he's got a better run onto this long straight. Hamilton's right up behind me. He's going to be looking for a move down the inside. Whether he can get it done or not, it is not entirely feasible, I don't think, going through here. 1.4 seconds is the gap between me and Vettel. I use a bit of the track and I'll even a little bit more through here, touching the grass when I did really not want to. And that's put me a little bit behind Vettel. I mean, I made a couple of mistakes on this opening lap. I reckon I could be a little bit closer if I take this a bit better, but that's just my fault of not driving very well in this opening lap of this Italian Grand Prix. You can see I'm frustrated at myself for doing quite a bad first lap, losing so much time on Vettel. 1.4 seconds is the gap to Sebastian Vettel on this first lap, 1.5 back to Hamilton, and about 2 seconds back to Rosberg. Now I know, going through turn 1, the AI are quite slow, so I can visibly see I catch time on Vettel here, but on the exit I really do lose quite a bit of time. Sliding all over the place was just 100% my fault. Draining the KERS, and now we're going to be hopefully closing on Vettel here, using all of our KERS through the first couple of corners here, and in rich fuel mixture as well. We've closed that gap down to 0.8 of a second, so we've gained about 5 or so tenths of a second on Vettel through that first sector. I doubt he used all his KERS through there, but we'll see through the rest of the lap whether we lose time to him here. Obviously this is Ferrari's home race, so they're going to be looking for a good result here, and hopefully I can bring them this good result. But Sebastian Vettel is looking fast. I even did a 100% race round here for a bit of practice, and you obviously saw that on my channel a couple of weeks ago. But still, I'm not really closing on that much on Vettel. In fact, I've lost time through that sector, sort of using the inside of that curbing there. But it doesn't really matter too much. As we've skipped ahead now to lap 4, you can see we've closed up to Vettel a little bit here, and we're really now right onto the back of Sebastian Vettel. We're draining all of our KERS out of the system, and we might be able to get a slipstream around here. Sebastian Vettel's slow, obviously he hasn't really used much of his KERS, I doubt, going through here. And we've got a purple sector 1, and we get past Sebastian Vettel and move into the lead of the race here on lap 4 of the Italian Grand Prix. And I think that was a pretty good move round the outside, and I think that was a nice move to put me into the lead of this race. So it's still me from Vettel, from Hamilton. That is your top 3 of this Italian Grand Prix so far. You can see my tyres are getting quite destroyed. I put it into the lean fuel mixture here. I knew with the DRS that Sebastian Vettel was going to try and go for the attack anyway, so I thought might as well just save a little bit of fuel in the process. Vettel tries to look down the inside. He got his end plate alongside me, but he didn't try and commit to the corner. You can see 1,000th of a second between me and Vettel between that checkpoint. So really close racing, but Vettel backed out at that last second, and that lost him about 2, 3, maybe even 4 tenths of a second there. And we're making sure that we're switching to those prime tyres, because we don't want to make sure that we go onto the wrong tyres like we have in sort of past races in career mode. I realise I've gone onto the wrong tyres multiple times, and it's pretty embarrassing. So Sebastian Vettel looks like he's really close behind me. He's going to have the DRS as well. Is he going to be able to go for a move into turn 1? I'm defending the inside line. He's going for it. He's braked later, but I don't think he's going to be able to make the manoeuvre stuck, and he hasn't. And we've got through turn 1 safely, but Vettel is right behind us here. We're saving as much fuel as possible here in the lean fuel mixture, as much as time as possible, just because obviously we're running in standard at the moment, and I want to have a bit of extra fuel when we come in, or out when we come out the pit lanes, I should say. I want to make sure I have a little bit of fuel so my outlap isn't slow, because I'm not really that good at outlaps. And that was a bit of a corner cut there, I do say so myself, but I did lose it on the exit. I slid around and lost a bit of time. Vettel trying to go around the outside. Is he going to make it stick? He isn't, but we're running side by side. I'm making sure that I leave Vettel space. I grab the advantage once again. I'm P1 side by side with Sebastian Vettel. He has grabbed the lead around the outside there, and I've decided I can't be wasting fuel, or can't be saving fuel here. I've got to be trying to get into his slipstream and trying to catch up to him before Hamilton comes on the attack. But Sebastian Vettel, with a great move, takes me around the outside on 2 corners in a row to take the lead of this race. That was a fabulous move, one I wish I could have done myself, but obviously I can't overtake myself. So now we're in the slipstream of Vettel. Can we get down the inside going to Parabolica? I think that's a pretty smart move to try and look, but I don't think it was totally viable there. If I tried, there might have been a little bit of contact there, and we wouldn't want that to happen. So I'm not too sure here. Do I dive into the pit lane? No, I don't. I could have pitted there, but I decided not to. I decided to take that DRS and hopefully get a better in-lap. So let's see, we're going to dive it down the inside of Sebastian Vettel going down to turn 1. Or maybe we're not, because he brakes much later than us. We're going to try and go side by side anyway. I leave just enough space there. I'd have to turn out of the corner. A bit of contact there. Probably would have been a puncture in real life, but they don't really simulate that in the Formula 1 games. But full curse through here. Hamilton's right behind me. I think Rosberg's there as well. Felipe Massa's not too far off the back of the queue as well. But we've got past Sebastian Vettel once again. We go to the inside line with a bit of an aggressive move. And now we're going to try and get it stopped and make sure we don't cut the corner. And now we're sliding all over the place, coming out the corners, putting it to lean fuel mixture. This is a pretty exciting commentary, and I think that's why this video is so long. When I was editing down to highlights, I was so sideways. I think Sebastian Vettel lost a bit of his front wing there as I drove it into the gravel and drove a bit out a bit. And you can see I'm weaving all over the place trying to get the grass off my tyres, and then I just steer into the grass and even lose myself even more time. So that was a little bit stupid of me, losing all that time there. But I guess we've got to try and catch Sebastian Vettel now. He's going through here much better than me. I'm sliding all over the place, just haven't got the grip at this stage of the race. And I'm trying to close down Vettel here, but trying to get into the slipstream, not totally viable to go for a move. Like I just said, I think it was last lap trying to go for a move, but I was way too far back that time, and I just could not get that manoeuvre done. Now we're going to be peeling into the pit lane, as is Sebastian Vettel, and we're going to try and go into the pit lane, and they're so close there. We have to dive around Sebastian Vettel going into the pit lane there. That was absolutely crazy. I didn't expect to do that. That's a last second decision there, diving around Sebastian Vettel. And you can see there Sebastian Vettel coming out the pits. I think he lost a bit of time there, but we're down in 6th position here, but Vettel is still going to, I think he's going to end up being P2 once again, so it doesn't really matter for Vettel. He's still going to end up in P2, which is obviously where he wants to end up if I take the win. But we'll see what happens here, because I tell you what, the AI are very good around here in Monza. In my 100% race, I was actually really lucky to make sure that I was staying out of accidents and everything, and I managed to pull a 1 minute advantage over a 1 hour 30 odd minute race. So that was pretty crazy to think about that. Putting a 1 minute over the next car was kind of outrageous. And now we're just on this lap here. I just want to quickly tell you something about career mode, because I think I've decided that Season 4 of career mode is going to be my last season on F1 2013 career mode. It's been a great time, I've really enjoyed it, but I'm going to be making the switch to 100% races for F1 2013 career mode Season 4, and I'm going to be showing those races in full. But I'm going to go the extra mile here to make sure I satisfy both people, the people that want to watch a 10-minute video and the people that want to watch the full video. I'm going to compress the video into about 10-minute highlights as well, and let's post that as an unlisted sort of thing in the unlisted video, I should say, in the description. So you can click onto the 100% race, and then you can click into the highlights video. So I'm going to try and satisfy all parties with that, because I know there are a lot of people that want to watch full race, a lot of people that want to watch highlights. So hopefully that is going to make sure that everybody can watch my career mode videos, which is really what I want. So I'm going to go the extra mile to make sure that that happens. But you can see here we're enjoying the action, and I think that was Hamilton there coming out in P2. He's had a good pit stop and a good in-lap. Can he match that with a good out-lap? I don't really know, but we've got the prime tyres on, the orangey colour tyres. I'm not sure whether you classify these tyres. I suppose it is an orange, a bit of a weird type of orange, but yeah, I'm talking about the colours of the sidewalls on these colours before you think I'm just a weirdo. So at the moment it's me, Hamilton, Webber. Hamilton and Webber both looking like they've jumped Vettel in the pit. Maybe even more people have jumped Vettel in the pits. I think Vettel had a really bad pit time, and also he was held up by other cars coming to the pit lane. So Hamilton's going to get DRS here. He was within the second. I nearly ran it into the gravel. That would have been really bad. And look, Hamilton is just so much faster in a straight line. The Ferrari is fast in a straight line, but doesn't look like it's as fast as the Mercedes. I thought honestly he was going to go for the move there, but The thing is, when the AI seem to go for a move down the inside of you, they always seem to jam on the brakes for like 5 seconds, and it seems that everyone else goes around them. So there we go. Hamilton's now down to P3 and Mark Webber's up to P2. I don't know why the AI do that, to be perfectly honest. It's a bit of a weird thing that they do. A bit silly, to be perfectly honest, but just, you know, it's a thing that happens with the AI on this game. So there we are. I'm leading this race from Webber, Hamilton, and then Felipe Massa is there in 4th position. He's not that far back actually. He's around 4 seconds back from me. Actually probably more like 3.6 seconds. So, you know, to be perfectly honest, Massa could really come into this race if he can get past Hamilton. It looks to be slowing up the group there. If he can really get involved in that, he really could have a good chance of scoring some solid points today, and possibly even get a podium. We'll see what happens with Massa here, because he's put on a really good race. He's sort of come back through the field as Vi, and it looks like he might be in the chance for a really good finish. So all the action has sort of died out for a second here. Webber has caught right up to the back of us here, so we might have a bit of a challenge on our hand here. But talking about the 100% races, I'm still yet to figure out an exact schedule, but I'm hoping to get out the videos as frequently as possible. It's not going to be daily or every other day. It's going to probably either be once or twice a week that I'm going to end up doing career mode after this season. It is fun, don't get me wrong there, but I don't think I can be playing career mode as much as I'm playing it now. I think with 100% races I can get through a lot of topics and get through a lot of things that you guys have asked me, and it can also just be an exciting race, and I think 100% races always get quite a lot of new viewers on board as well, so that's going to be an aim as well. Obviously I can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. I've got to try and progress my channel in a way, and that's going to be one of my aims, is to go to the 100% races. I hope it brings on new viewers, and hopefully the channel can keep growing. That's always appreciated when you guys leave comments and everything, because I appreciate it so much. I mean, even the co-op career videos that seem to get not, you know, I suppose the co-op and classic career mode, they don't really get a huge amount of people watching them, but you know, it still gets a good amount of likes and comments, so I do appreciate it a lot. I do realise those series aren't as, you know, they don't get as many viewers as this series does, but I do appreciate anyone that tunes into them, as I do spend a lot of time on them as well. I really do enjoy doing co-op career mode. I think, you know, something like this, but I'm also got like a friend that I can talk to whilst I'm doing the racing and everything, so it's just overall a lot more fun, I think. But you know, just let me know if you're enjoying co-op career mode or not. If you do watch co-op career mode, that is no problem if you don't. I'm just wondering if anybody that watches this and co-op career mode wonders what I can do to make both series better. That's just my thing here. But whilst I've been sort of talking about all that, Vettel has got, Webber has got past me here, and he's moved himself up into the 1st position spot for the meantime. I'm going to hopefully overtake him here, but as I said, risky moves go through Parabolica, because you can take a lot of speed going into the corner, and you can see there I sort of duck out of it, because you know, I was thinking, can I do it, and then I was like, no, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I don't want to be taking out Webber or anything like that. It would just be a bit stupid to take out Webber when I really didn't need to go for the move there, especially as I got DRS here. I didn't even realise it until I was halfway down the straight. I don't think I was concentrating, but I got the better run anyway. But we're going to try and go side by side with Webber, aren't we? No, we let him through. That's very unlike me. Normally I try and push my way up the inside, but I didn't here, leaving Webber to space. And he is rocketing off in the distance. We'll use our curves through here. This is my favourite spot to overtake through here, because you get the slipstream as well. It's just a really, really good spot. Going around the outside once again. He doesn't do what Hamilton did to me, which was squeeze me onto the grass. He leaves me space. And through the checkpoint, I was 7,000ths down, but I make it out the corner in 1st place. And Webber trying to go on a sub-attack there. After I go on my attack, he tries to fight straight back, but that doesn't look like it's working out for him. I think a little bit of a mistake through there. I could have used a bit more of the curbing on the outside, which could have actually got me a couple of extra tenths of a second, and would have put me a bit less under attack down this long straight here. But Webber is going to try and go around the outside there, and he does do it. What a great move from Webber. Look at the gaps through the sector splits. It's kind of crazy. 400ths of a second that time. Not as close as 1,000th or 7,000th or whatever it was earlier on in the race, but it's still kind of crazy to think about that. So Webber still leads this race now, as he has done on and off for the last couple of laps here, as he's done a great job at overtaking. I should actually get the DRS here. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see what happens here. But it looks like I'm going to be trying to go for the attack down the inside. We've got the DRS. Are we going to use any curves? I don't think so, because we're going so fast in a straight line. It looks like we can do it now. We're braking at the same time as Webber. We're going to have a sharp turn in, but we've got the position made and we're up into first position. Now skipping ahead to lap 13, and I've completely messed up the first chicane, and I've jumped over the curbing. Not too sure what happened with Webber. He dropped down into third position, but now Massa trying to go around the outside of me here. There's a bit of contact as Massa turns into the corner whilst I'm there. Really close racing here, and that's exactly what I wanted to see, is both of us, Ferrari teammates, right at the front. But I'm trying to defend and everything, and he's right behind me. Can Felipe Massa find the move? And can he take this Italian Grand Prix? Massa hasn't exactly had the most stellar season, and we've got sideways on the curb. The curb has thrown us sideways. And that's lost us the lead. Massa's got it, and I think he's going to get the DRS as well, is he? No, we do grab the DRS, luckily. We got the KERS as well. I decide not to use all my KERS here, do I? Okay, I decide to use all my KERS to try and get past here, and that's exactly what I do. Throw it down the inside and get the move done up into first position. I honestly thought, looking back at this, I'd be using a bit of my KERS down here. I thought I'd have saved a bit and used it down here. I don't know why I didn't, but I suppose when I'm racing I have different things to think about than when I'm looking this back. So we're going to go around the final corner here. We're using the fast fuel mixture. Massa is in the slipstream. Can he grab it on the line? I don't think so. So we win the Italian Grand Prix and extend our lead in the championship. Exactly what I wanted. And that was a really good race. I sort of lost my voice during this race, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun making this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the race. Lots of great overtaking and manoeuvres and just loads of great stuff through this race. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. The championship looking great as ever for me, but we are getting now into the rounds that I do not enjoy so much, starting from Singapore and all the way into Austin, Texas. Those group of like 5 or 6 races I'm really bad at. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for tuning into this video. Sorry it was a bit longer than the other ones, but thanks for watching. It's been Alex and I'm out of here. Goodbye.